Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at my week 5 match, starting with my team prep against SleepyPuppy. Now SleepyPuppy has a very interesting team of Gigantamax Lapras, Glastrier, Female Indeedee, Colossal, Mudstale, Galarian Articuno, Aggron, Dusclops, Flareon, Hatterene, and Magmortar. Against my team, which I've mentioned a lot in past videos, but I'll just show it here for anyone who has yet to see it. So, for those of you who haven't noticed already, SleepyPuppy has a very Trick Room oriented team. That's a strategy oriented around making your very slow, bulky Pokemon move first, thanks to a move called Trick Room that reverses speed order. As you can see, if we look at the speed tiering for both of our teams, SleepyPuppy's fastest Pokemon gets outsped by 5 of my own Pokemon. So, over half my team, or a little under half my team, outspeeds the fastest thing that SleepyPuppy has. So, it was no surprise to me going into this that they would definitely be going for Trick Room. In fact, the majority of their team, 8 out of 11 Pokemon, prefer to be in Trick Room. Flareon kind of, Lapras probably, and then every other Pokemon definitely wants Trick Room to be up. So, I figured I needed ways to both stop Trick Room and thrive in it in order to be successful. Now, you might notice that my team is not very slow. My slowest member is Colossal, who usually gets its speed boosted thanks to Steam Engine, its ability that's often procced by Dragapult, maybe Primarina. My next lowest Pokemon are Tangrowth and Primarina, which then start to outspeed most of his team, which is bad in terms of this matchup. So, I needed an answer to Trick Room, and I knew it was going to be in Primarina, Tangrowth, and Colossal. Fortunately, unlike Val, who also had a fast mode that threw me off during prep, SleepyPuppy basically only has Trick Room, so I could focus really hard on prepping for that. So, I figured that I could bring out a Colossal that would have its weakness policy not procced by Surf, but instead by Bulldoze, making it even slower for Trick Room and allowing it to become a Trick Room sweeper instead of a fast sweeper. I would have Tangrowth be its partner for redirection, proccing weakness policy boosts, and maybe doing some in-Trick Room sleep powder, stuff like that. Tangrowth also gets Brick Break, which could help stop Lapras screens if it ever got up, because Tangrowth can outspeed Lapras in Trick Room, so if SleepyPuppy went for, let's say, G-Max Resonance and Trick Room turn 1, I could then use Brick Break the next turn to get rid of the screens. For the next few Pokemon, I had a bit of trouble, but I figured Primarina could be good in this matchup. Mainly because I wanted to get around a lot of the fire types that SleepyPuppy had, mainly because those were some of their faster Pokemon, even though they're not very fast in general. As well as get around a super defensive Mudstale, Colossal, Aggron. A lot of Pokemon on the team are weak to water. If we take a look at the type matchup chart, we can actually see that water is one of the best types into SleepyPuppy's team, mainly because there are 5 Pokemon weak to it, and only one Pokemon that is immune to it. For other Pokemon, I decided not bringing Dragapult was actually a safe play here. I've brought Dragapult to every other week, but for this one, I decided to leave it out. Instead, I decided to bring the one Pokemon I have not brought to a single match yet, Stoutland. I was a bit worried about the amount of damage in bulk that SleepyPuppy would have under Trick Room, and so I decided to use Stoutland to deal with one of those things, the offense. Stoutland has Intimidate, but it also has access to moves like Charm, Snarl, and Psychic Fangs to break the screens that Lapras could set with its G-Max form, therefore even helping me reduce the team's bulk. With Charm, Snarl, and Intimidate, I could drastically drop SleepyPuppy's offensive output, and Stoutland's moderately slow as we see here, so it could do pretty well in Trick Room as well. For another Pokemon, I thought it could be fun to bring Meowstic. Meowstic gets a move called Imprison, which prevents any of your opponent's Pokemon from using moves that Pokemon learns. So I decided Meowstic with Imprison Trick Room could be really fun, as well as other moves commonly used by Hatterene and Indeedee to shut down that lead, because I felt like Colossal and Primarina could cover the other stuff. So overall, here was the team I brought. I already discussed a lot of stuff that I used, so I won't go into too much depth, but I decided to bring a physical Colossal set because that would do more damage to Lapras. I just ran some pretty good coverage moves on Primarina, try to hit everything, a Life Orb to maximize its damage output, Imprison Meowstic with a lot of ways to stop Hatterene Indeedee. I gave Stoutland the Chople Berry to help against any Max Knuckles that I figured would be coming out from Glastrier or other Dynamax options to help raise their attack after an Intimidate drop. And finally, a Pokemon I did not mention bringing was Cobalion, but I thought that Cobalion just had a lot of great resistance, like a lot of great type matchups into this team. As you can see here, Fighting's a good type into SleepyPuppy's team, Steel's a neutral type, and the two covered a lot of stuff, so I figured having Cobalion could be really helpful, especially with Brick Break, and even though I don't have Justified, I figured it could still be helpful. So that's the team. Let's move on to the set. All right, everybody, welcome to week 5 of the Draft League. Can't believe we're almost halfway through this already. Well, hopefully a lot less than halfway through if I make playoffs, but that's a whole nother story. First, we have to focus on this match that's right in front of us, and that is against SleepyPuppy. Okay, so this is the 6 I expected them to bring. I know they usually lead Hatterene Indeedee or Lapras Dusclops. So I'm going to go for my Primarina Meowstic strategy I mentioned earlier. I don't want to go Colossal just yet. I feel like it's a bit risky, and I've prepped a lot with the Primarina Meowstic League. The question is, I haven't really thought through what I do for the back with this. Okay. Let's hope I'm able to pull this through. So I'm thinking with, if he leads, for the back, Cobalion is probably a smart move with either Tangrowth or Stoutland. So I'm kind of concerned here. The problem is, I know it's likely going to be, I know what's going to happen. It's either going to be Lapras Dusclops up front with Hatterene Glastrier in the back, or it's going to be Hatterene Indeedee with Glastrier Lapras in the back. Either way, I think Cobalion is a great bring here, and I actually think I'm going to bring Stoutland for the first time ever. Stoutland, you're making an appearance, buddy. Okay. Lapras and Dusclops, kind of what I expected. But, okay, so my initial game plan here is to Imprison so he can't Trick Room and Max Overgrowth the Lapras. I don't see a Max Guard coming out here. Yeah, in my opinion, the play I thought through is always the smartest. I'm using Max Overgrowth on Lapras to try and get it down to as low of a health as I can. With Helping Hand and the Grassy Terrain, I will 2-hit KO this Lapras if it's the spread I expect, regardless of whether Aurora Veil goes up here or not. And then I am Prison Trick Room to keep the speed control in my favor. Okay, this is huge. Lapras lives, I'm not surprised. Oh my word, that Freeze Dry did nothing. Okay, so we're going to Overgrowth the Lapras again, just to try and get damage on it, and we're going to Expanding Force here in case he protects just to get damage on the Dusclops. Oh wait, alright, I don't get, yeah. So let's Overgrowth. Again, that should kill no matter what. And then Expanding Force. Didn't do a lot of damage. Didn't expect it to. Nightshade on Meowstic. No surprise there. Alright, I have one more turn of Dynamax. I need to use it very wisely. Because, yeah, the Glastrier is 100% Dynamaxing. I'm going to go for Geyser, my strongest move. Oh, yeah, my strongest move by far. And Helping Hand. Just try and do as much damage as I can. So that way Cobalion can come in and... Oh, no, you do not slander Hans. Okay, so for those of you who just didn't get that reference, there's kind of a cult in the tournament around Glastrier. It's a huge thing, and it's a long story. I'll probably explain it in a later video. All right, let's see how much this Geyser does. Yikes, that is a very specially bulky. Okay. My Dynamax is over here. I'm probably going to die here, so I'm willing to try and go for damage onto both of these. He has Hatterene in the back, 100%, so... Alright. Yikes, the Chilling Nate boost is really bad for me, actually. Oh, no, I think I'm going to lose this. Okay. Hold on. If I go ahead and send in Stoutland, I can... Oh, crap, this is actually really bad. Actually, hold on. I think I can big brain play here. I'm going to Charm the Glastrier and swap in Cobalion. That way I can lower its attack, save Meowstic, Chople Berry, let's go. Now he can go for Trick Room, but I dare say things are looking really good for me. Because I can use Charm again, actually. Let's go for Snarl, and Ironhead should kill from this range. Oh, I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember if Ironhead kills from this range, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for Snarl and Ironhead. Okay, it does. Oh, wait, I got the crit. That might have mattered, but, oh well. Lumberry! Alright, Hatterene. So now we just Helping Hand, and, oh, we could Snarl. And, yeah, let's just Snarl and actually just protect the Cobalion because I'm expecting another Will-O-Wisp here. Protect, Will-O-Wisp. Yep. All right, there we go. Snarl and Ironhead. And that should put it down to just dealing with Dusclops. Berry. Oh, crap, that's bad. Okay, Flinch is good. Trick Room now up, but it's a very low special attack Hatterene. Oh, my word, a Will-O-Wisp missed. That's huge. Oh, Mystical Fire still doing insane damage. Stoutland's just kind of here at this point. I feel like at this point I can just, yeah, let's swap in Meowstic so I can reverse Trick Room and just go for Psychic. Now, let's not maybe reveal that yet. No, I kind of have to. So Psychic Fangs swap out. Oh, he got me. Alright. I'll Psychic Fangs Dusk. Hold on, what has the... Protect, Nightshade, Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room, so it literally cannot kill my Stoutland. Cool. Stoutland, you are huge this game, oh my word. Alright, let's just Psychic Fangs and Ironhead to seal the deal. Okay, GG. That is game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Alright, so I know that, this is game 2. I know SleepyPuppy has a habit of changing up their leads. Hold on. Did we ever get a reveal for... Let's look at, what all did Lapras do? Freeze Dry, Death. Okay, we still don't know if Lapras is carrying a Water-type move for my Colossal. I'm expecting Hatterene Indeedee here, though, so Meowstic is really good, and I really like what Primarina did there. I actually think I can bring... Hold on. What adaptation do I expect from SleepyPuppy? So I either see SleepyPuppy going with Lapras Dusclops and Dynamaxing Lapras this time, or leading Hatterene Indeedee and trying to set Trick Room up with them. As much as I want to bring Colossal, I really did prep for Primarina with this still. I feel like Primarina, and seeing as how they play that game, they save their Dynamax. I feel like that's the smartest move. Just bring the same Pokemon, except this time expecting them to not Dynamax. I can possibly bring Colossal to Engrowth, except that would be bad if they went for the exact same play. Let's do it. Oh, crap. Oh, Dusclops Glastrier. Okay. They are probably going to try and knock out Meowstic immediately. I can see them doubling it due to the Imprison strategies I used last time. So I think I'm going to go for a double switch. No, maybe not. Yeah, because Tangrowth would just take way too much damage. And he's probably not going to Trick Room here. I feel like I can safely Hyper Voice and helping... this is kind of tricky. I expect him to double Meowstic. So in that case, I think I just go Hyper Voice Helping Hand. Save my Dynamax. Throat Chop? Okay. Nightshade. What I expected. Alright, this is where I think I go a bit insano. Let's... Okay, this is actually bad. This is actually really bad. Hold on. 50. They are probably min speed Glastrier, which means I can probably just Hyper Voice and go ahead and Dynamax maybe? Maybe not yet. Okay, so what I'm thinking is they definitely are in a position to set Trick Room here. How much did Hyper Voice do? 44% to Dusclops, 38% to Glastrier. I need to double the Glastrier here. Do I Dynamax? I can see them going for Quake. In which case I probably should. Let's just go for a... Flare does the most, but Vocalist sets passive. Oh, yeah, this is good. Okay, so now I can maybe swap in Tangrowth. If they send in Lapras, I'm going to max guard and send in Tangrowth. Yeah, because I don't know if Lapras has a Water-type move yet. So I cannot. Tangrowth, I count that thing to live a max, Resonance for... Oh, yep. Here it comes. Ooh, risky. Okay. Safe to say that thing does not... Oh, my word. I stopped the Resonance with Max Guard. This is huge for me. Okay, this is where I bulldoze, and I feel like I still have to Vocalith the Lapras, just in case it has a water-type move. So, yes, I get to use the physical Colossal. I can use the video name I wanted. So yeah, this is where I set Bulldoze to proc my own weakness policy. Mystical Fire, that does huge damage. Crit Bulldoze might matter, I don't know. Let's go. Now, we get to reveal that this thing has Iron Head. Alright, so let's just use Rage Powder because I don't care, and Iron Head into Hatterene, revealing that I am Physical Colossal. Alright, GG, Sleepy Puppy, you played a great set. Sorry if my, oh, man. Okay, maybe it's oh, man. Oh, well. Well, being the, that was a, pretty, ad. It's not about money. It's about sending a message, you know? And Sleepy Puppy, they sent a message. They showed me they did not go out on my terms. Alright, thank you so much for the set, Sleepy Puppy. You played great. I had a lot of fun with that. Thank you so much. You did go out on your own terms. Alright, everyone. Another win in my book. So now I'm just going to go over any of the set again, critique any of the plays I feel like I could have done better, etc., etc. If you've been watching my videos, you know the drill. So, Game 1, Turn 1, I feel like I made a pretty good lead. I went for the play that I was planning on for Turn 1 since I EV'd my Primarina to 2-hit KO Lapras, even if it Dynamaxed, if I did certain moves with Max Overgrowth. Granted, them not Dynamaxing with Lapras threw me for a bit of a loop, but in retrospect it was kind of obvious. I still feel like I made a good play here. Dusclops Protecting was actually great for me. I mean, if it had gone for Trick Room, it would have been basically the same thing. But still, it didn't do anything harmful or helpful, even though it wasn't necessarily Trick Room like I called with the Imprison. So everything went fine turn 1. Turn 2, I feel like I made the right play. Lapras probably isn't going to Dynamax, so no need to Helping Hand. Might kill anyway since they don't have screens up, and I've got Grassy Terrain up. And, you know, they're already at so little HP. So I just attacked Dusclops. With my Meowstic set, there wasn't really much else I could do there. I don't want to set Trick Room. I can't Imprison again. Helping Hand, not really useful, like I mentioned already. So Expanding Force is the play to make. Kind of don't like giving up that information that early, but oh well. So I made the ideal plays here. But they hadn't Dynamaxed, and my Dynamax was running out, so I was a bit scared that Sleepy Puppy would be able to start trying to flip the tables on me. If you haven't watched my set with Val yet, go check that out. I won't spoil, but something similar might happen there, where Dynamax momentum shifts quickly. So, wary of that, I decided to try and do as much damage into the Glacier as possible because I know that thing is the Dynamax candidate for this team, especially since Lapras is down, and I want to take care of it quick. So Haunts Dynamaxes, got a little cold about that in the tournament. It's a long story. It goes for special defense boosts, which are really scary, but fortunately I have Stoutland and Cobalion, 2 physical attackers in the back. So while they are problematic right now in the battle, I don't have to worry about them in the late game. So I just try and do as much damage into Glacier as possible, and I'm really surprised that a Helping Hand, Max Special Attack Primarina, Life Orb, Geyser coming from Hydro Cannon didn't do more. Here on this turn 4, I could have done a Hydro Cannon into Glacier, just try and do more damage, but it realistically wouldn't have done much, and I feel like getting the damage on Dusclops was really helpful, because that thing is uber bulky. So then Meowstic's almost dead. Also, important thing to note, thanks to Trick Room and my Meowstic being alive into turn 5, they still haven't been able to set Trick Room. AKA, I have had the speed advantage this entire time. So Stoutland comes out, and this is where I hadn't brought my boy Stoutland yet, but he was so useful here in this late game. He dropped Glastrier's attack boost from Chilling Neigh, allowing me to feel like I could safely swap in Meowstic because it would probably be a Nightshade coming into it. I don't think he would waste a max turn on Meowstic, especially since he'd probably want to go for a Knuckle into Stoutland to try and get rid of that Intimidate drop. So I go for Charm to lower his attack even more. Again, just hurt his max option, and my Chople Berry comes in handy there to make the Max Knuckle do less damage, allowing me to go for more charms. Granted, I did swap out Meowstic, so I can't imprison Trick Room anymore, but I don't know. Having it in the back might not be the greatest. I could have just let it go down there, but I feel like getting Cobalion in there and just having a Pokemon in the back that can like imprison Hatterene and do really good, it was an okay move. So then I Ironhead Glastrier, get rid of it. I don't think the crit mattered, but it was very nice. Oh yeah, it probably didn't matter at all thanks to the Snarl coming out. So then I get burnt by Will-O-Wisp, but fortunately my Lumberry heals me, and then Hatterene comes in. I decide to protect because after fighting Val, again, go check out that set, I know that Hatterene's Fire-type attack in Mystical Fire can do a lot to Cobalion, and I wanted to try and minimize that damage. That and I predicted that they would call me like Ironheading or something, so they'd Will-O-Wisp me, Mystical Fire me, or like Trick. I predicted them to target down Cobalion. So naturally, I protected and Snarled to reduce their damage output, and fortunately, I made the right call. Because as you can see, both Psyshock and Will-O-Wisp go into my Cobalion as it protects. So then I just go for an Ironhead into Hatterene, more Snarls to try and reduce the damage I'm going to take. And fortunately, I get a flinch. In retrospect, that was a pretty lucky flinch. I didn't notice it then, but Mystical Fires would have really hurt me outside once they got Trick Room up this turn, and I don't know if I could have eaten 2 of them. Actually, let's check real quick. Also, this Will-O-Wisp missing was really clutch for me. Another Ironhead might have killed, but it also might not have, and so it happening was really great. So Mystical Fire did 32%, 32%. I would have still lived probably, but it missing was really nice. No, not it missing the flinch. I would have probably lived 2 Mystical Fires, but flinch came in clutch. I got more Snarls off, and then my Ironhead here killed. I imagine it'd kill even with the Will-O-Wisp, but it could have really mattered as well. So here I just sack Meowstic because I quickly realize it's not going to matter. And it's just an endgame of Cobalion and Stoutland versus Dusclops. Unfortunately, this Dusclops does not have any way of recovery with Pain Split, so I can take it out pretty easily. Then, game 2, I led the exact same thing because I figured, so from what I had studied of SleepyPuppy sets, if their Lapras Dusclops lead did not win them the first game, as you just see it did not, then they would usually go for a Hatterene NDD lead next. That had been a recurring pattern in nearly all of their sets, that they would lead one of those 2 combinations, and if the first one didn't work, they'd lead the second one in game 2. So it threw me for a loop when instead they led Glastrier and Dusclops. However, here I had Colossal plus Tangrowth in the back. And I knew that Colossal could be positioned to take out Glastrier quite easily. So instead of going for an obvious play of Imprison, Dynamax, Primarina, something like that, which SleepyPuppy might have predicted, I decided to go for Helping Hand and just start nuking these 2 with Hyper Voice, get as much damage as I could on the field before I brought in my real max candidate for this game, Colossal. And Colossal came back being used for the first time since week 1. And, important thing to note, my Colossal set does not speed tie Glastrier, so I knew it was going to be faster out of Trick Room. Therefore, I could just go ahead and make this play. Dynamax Colossal and a Rock Fall to Glastrier along with a Hyper Voice just to make sure the job gets done. Get rid of a huge threat to me in Trick Room, especially if it had Max Quake. And since I want Trick Room up for my Colossal, let Dusclops do my job for me. Then here Lapras comes in. Now, I know that SleepyPuppy in the past did not have a habit of running Water-type moves on their Lapras, because again, I studied my opponent's sets pretty frequently in preparation for a set. So I decided to max guard just to see if they had a water move, because taking one with Colossal would not be ideal. And I decided to swap in Tangrowth so that way I could Rage Powder or Bulldoze the next turn, since both of those Pokemon outspeed Lapras in Trick Room. And then the rocks take care of Dusclops. So they Dynamax Lapras. They burn Tangrowth, which doesn't matter. In fact, it helps me. I do less damage to my own Colossal with Bulldoze. And I stop a Resonance with Max Guard, meaning they do not have screens up for the Weakness Policy G-Max Vocalith that's about to come crashing into their Lapras. Which allows me to get the KO here. And the rest of the game, it's just pretty easy. You see what happens. It's just a little battle against Hatterene. I actually... yeah, that was the second Vocalith. The game ends in turn 5. You guys already saw what happens. SleepyPuppy goes out on their own terms. But thank you for the wonderful set, SleepyPuppy. You played really well. You did fantastic. And now I'm going to move on to my weeks 6 and 7 matches, both of which I am playing this week at the time I'm recording this. In fact, my week 7 match is today, at the day I'm recording this, which is August 1st. And then I play my week 6 match later. Now, I want to release these videos in chronological order, so I'll try and get week 6 out before week 7. But both videos should be coming fairly soon. Look forward to those, because they are both against incredibly tough opponents and have a lot riding on them. And I'll see you guys then.